Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, long time between drinks. I'm still here. I just took a few weeks off, recharged the batteries and all that sort of stuff, trying to come up with new ideas about what's happening in the world of Rugby Union. Now it's all done and dusted here in New Zealand. Oh, the awards are on tonight, so keep an eye out for the show tomorrow. But basically, I thought I might have a little play at a new format. And the format is going to be just a quick half-hour show with me reading the news, basically, with what's been happening around the world. So without further ado, I suppose I better just get stuck into it and just, welcome everyone that hasn't watched us here already. But we've got news from Europe, around New Zealand, around the world. We'll be covering all the biggest stories shaping rugby across all the European club action, expansions at international level. But let's just get on to the headlines, eh? So, Estabeth banned. One of the major headlines this week is Eben Estabeth accepting his 12-match ban for an eye-gouging incident involving Welsh flanker Alex Mann. Estabeth insisted that the contact wasn't intentional, saying his strike was altered by the movement of other players, but the disciplinary panel ruled the action dangerous enough to warrant the long suspension. He will now be on the sidelines till April the 2026, and of course it increases the debate around player safety and consequences of foul play. I mean, modern rugby is, to make clear, a high-risk place, but that has no sort of registration in the game. But I suppose, with all the bad news, you got to have some good news. So yesterday, should it be, historic moment with European rugby. Gibraltar has become the 50th member of the Rugby Europe organisation. This gives the nation now full recognition and access to development funding, and has the ability to compete in official test level competitions. That is so cool, because smaller unions, it shows that there is a real pathway, and years of campaigning has led this global rugby involvement. It also reflects the sport's push to widen participation beyond traditional regions. In the Champions Cup and Challenge Cup, they begun their new seasons. 2025 26 Investec Championship Cup is underway, and the fixture list promises to be one of the most competitive seasons yet. Edinburgh returned to Europe's top competition with a high-energy home opener against Toulon, marking a strong start to their campaign. Meanwhile, over in the Challenge Cup, kickoffs for its 30th season, like Super Rugby, giving ambitious clubs recognition and push for promotion to the Champions Cup. This year's fixtures block shows a big focus, though, on engagement, prime time scheduling, creating more and evenly contested matches across all pools. But upsets are expected, and Europe didn't have to wait long for fireworks. Saracens, they delivered a dominant display over a week in Clermont side, signalling the intent to push for deep into the tournament. Glasgow pulled off one of the best early comebacks of the season, overturning 14-0 deficit against Sale and finishing with complete control. Edinburgh, though, claimed a statement win over Toulon, securing a bonus point in front of a home crowd. These early rounds remind us that the European competitions remain unpredictable, and momentum can shift in seconds, and no team is safe. But what does it mean for Europe's rugby landscape? Well, Europe's competitions are becoming broader and more inclusive. New unions joining Rugby Union, combining stronger club structures, showing the regions preparing for a more globalised era of rugby. The smaller nations will gain experience. Larger nations are pushed to evolve. Clubs must balance domestic and European play more carefully than ever before. The Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup continue to act as measuring sticks, showing which clubs have depth, stability, and the ability to perform under pressure. Key storylines, though, to watch out for this season. Well, can Edinburgh turn their strong opening into a deep run? I hope so. I support them. Saracens, are they ready to challenge the French giants? I mean, they've been a bit quiet the last couple of years, Saracens, so that makes it interesting. Will the Challenge Cup deliver another breakout club for a top-tier competition? A bit like Bordeaux. But how will Gibraltar's inclusion in Rugby Union, Rugby Europe divisions and scheduling? Well, I mean, teams like Cyprus and Malta and Andorra, it gives them a few more games to play when they play teams like Gibraltar. So, I think it will be a good thing. And but it also gives pathways to players who want to represent their country, because at the end of the day, they've been fighting for ages. And I'm a big fan of Gibraltar Rugby. Probably also have the best looking rugby ground in the world. Google it. I'll even show it on our next show if I can. But, good on them. So with more nations, more clubs are going to be engaged. 25-26 season could be a bit of a turning point in Europe. Basically in European rugby. So as Europe is evolving quickly, though, competitions are expanding. New unions are joining. Clubs are pushing for Europe's success, and the competitive gap is tightening. But for fans can expect more intense fixtures, more emerging talent, more unpredictability in every round. The mix, though, of traditional and growth is creating a dynamic environment that's exciting for players, coaches, and supporters alike. But the good thing is, in grassroots here in New Zealand, funding women's and community rugby, at the community level, investment continues to expand the game's reach. Tika Whātua Rugby Club in Hamilton, or up in Waikato, is one of 12 successful recipients securing funding through a new legacy program dedicated to improving facilities for women and girls. It's just another reminder that rugby's future depends on strong, inclusive community clubs as much as top-level competitions. But, that sort of, as I said, it's only a daily digest. It's just a wrap of what's happening. So all I have to say is, we'll try and keep you guys informed of what's happening around the world and with other news and, stuff like that. So, as I said, I am back. I haven't gone away, and we're still waiting to hear how the investigation into a certain team wearing red and white has gone on, because they've been keeping it very quiet. So there we go, people. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. And, good to be back. I've had my break. Let's just talk rugby for the rest of the year, every day, right here at Rugby Heartland and rugbyredefined.com, on Facebook and on our channel over at YouTube. So we'll catch you later. See you all.